So this is a different video from what I'd normally post. And like most musicians, I get asked to recommend a piano teacher. And when I found that during lockdown, I got asked by people, was there an app or an online solution to learning piano? So I decided to go and have a look. And I had a specific brief in my mind. I wanted to find something that would suit somebody who's starting totally from scratch, no knowledge. I also wanted to find something that parents especially have kids who are doing Zoom lessons, but they're telling me they're not motivated to practice. So is there an app that would kind of motivate them, help them to practice? And three, I was looking for something for the self-taught musician who's at an intermediate level who wanted to use this time to get better at technique and learn some classical tunes. So pretty specific brief. I went looking and there is a lot of apps and a lot of online stuff, but I found most of them were either set too simple, they were only for beginners, or they were set at a kind of expert level where the only value you get is if you were already a good player. So pretty difficult to find something that fulfilled the three criteria. But I did. I found a site called Piano Marvel. So you can take a look at it here, it's on screen. And basically this site is an online site. It'll work through an iPad. I have it through my Mac. And I set it up with my keyboard. Really quick to set up with the MIDI. It just installs straight away. But you can use a acoustic piano with a mic apparently, or it'll just pick it up on your laptop or your iPad. But I have it connected directly through MIDI. So what was it about Piano Marvel that impressed me, okay, to become my pick? So as you can see here, if you go to your dashboard, it's split into 4 sections: library, sight reading, method, and technique. Now, method, what is method? So method and technique are basically giving you the building blocks and the syllabus to learn how to play piano. So I think the best way to kind of demonstrate this is let's have a look. Okay, so if we, day one, we're starting to play piano, we'll go into method and we look at the very first thing on the board. And the very first thing is showing us a C. Okay, so we don't have any knowledge of piano. So if we click on the note, it'll show us exactly on the piano where it is. So there's our C. So we've recognized that. And it also starts to introduce the concept of time. So this is for a full, there's 4 beats. And we can look at the video lesson that'll explain everything about this.
Welcome to 1A number 1, where we learn to play whole notes and whole rests, also known as semibreves and semibreve rests. The only note we will need to learn for this exercise is middle C. Click on the note head to see where it's located on your piano. To start the song, press the space bar.
So basically, there's a video lesson that will explain everything you need to know about this, which is fantastic. So let's go. We have 2 things down here. We have prepare and assess. So prepare is giving us a chance to actually get our fingers in the right place. So if I hit prepare, it'll show me to press this C. So I press it and I get a green. That tells me I did it right. Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And we get a little report. So this is what's called the gamification. And gamification is a great way of learning, especially with children. But I have to say, I enjoy it. You get a percentage. You constantly want to improve. So this is what I like about this app, okay? So it's telling us that we got 100%. Yay, recognizing middle C. Fantastic. Our target time is 21 seconds, so we would have had 21 seconds, but we only took 7, so we're superstars. We're not impressed with ourselves. We're going to now assess our performance. Okay, so remember, this is lesson 1. We've watched the video that the site has given us to show us exactly what's going to happen, so we're pretty prepared. We've done a little bit of practice. We know where our C is. Let's hit assess.
1, 2, set, go.
2, 3, 4, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Now we have little backing to make it interesting for us. 4, rest. And we can count. We also have a metronome. Rest. Last 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm amazing. 100%. Okay, so there you go. That's our lesson 1. We had a bit of background music, so it isn't just boring this all the time. It's something interesting. And we got a score, 100%. And we can set the BPM, which is the speed, at 100, which was fine for that. So that's great. So that takes us right through. Now, if we go back to the actual setup here of method, you see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. 5 levels to your very first lessons. And it gives us a book, a PDF. And the PDF tells us everything we need to know. So we're getting not just the lessons, the video, the game to play, the improvement, we're getting all the information. Okay, so this booklet is really impressive because you've got not only all the text and information you need, you got a video and you got to play the game and actually get your hands on the piano. And that's just day one, lesson one. So for a total beginner, I'm confident that this would take you through all the way because I've looked at how the site is set up. So if we jump back to our levels, we see that was 1A, okay? By the time we get up to 2A, we're looking at things like a 5-finger scale. And we can see it here on the screen. And it's giving us the note names. So it's introducing us to using our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's telling us where our fingers are, should be. We want to assess that. So
1, 2,
2,
set,
3,
go.
Okay, so we got that right. Great. Now, the backing music, some people like it because it gives you something to listen to. Me personally, I'm going to switch it off. So if you go down to control, we have options here. So I'm going to take out the accompaniment. I'm just going to work off the metronome and my own piano. So we'll try that again.
1, 2, set,
3,
go.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Brilliant. Really, really, really clever. Okay, so that's our first couple of lessons. So that will take a beginner through to scales. If you jump back in, we'll have a look exactly what you have. We get into method here. We're learning songs like Ode to Joy. We're learning Jingle Bells. And they're using these simple songs to teach us the basics of getting our fingers moving. Okay, so that's method. And it'll take you all the way up. If you jump up to 6E, we're now playing major and minor scales. We're having a go of Flight of the Bumblebee. Very tricky. So it'll take you all the way up. Now if we jump back and we take a look at technique. And technique is really giving us the basis of learning how to play the piano. Our first lesson is a rhythm lesson. And we're going to have to listen and repeat. So if I turn up the accompaniment, we're going to listen. So we can prepare, but let's assess it. Let's go for it.
1, 2, set, go.
And we repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to make a mistake. And we'll make it, do it right. So we only got 83%, okay? And it's showing us where we went wrong. We played these notes here instead of these notes. So now I've got kind of motivation to go back and get 100%. This is a really, it's a great technique for teaching. It really encourages you to practice. You want to get that 100%. So that's our very first kind of technique lesson. And if you look here along the choices you have ear training, you're learning rhythm, you're doing more ear training. And if we jump up to, by the time you get up the top of this, you're doing minor scales in 2 octaves, you're doing minor chords, minor arpeggios, you're learning your D scales, your A scales 2 octaves, you're learning split octaves, arpeggios, ear training, harmonization. The people behind this, they've worked out a great system for bringing you all the way through to learning the keyboard, learning the fingering, learning the timing, and they've made it fun. The gamification of it, getting percentages. This is what really drives you to go back and really practice and practice and practice. There's some background music you can turn on or turn off. I like turning it off, to be honest, and just work off the click and counting. But I love that. So if that was all it was, I'd be saying, yep, this is a great system for learning. But what makes Piano Marvel really, really special is you get a thing called a library. And the library is an amazing resource. So the library is all this music available. All this music. And we can decide to set it up. We'll set it up for professional and have a look. Here's an incredible selection of music for those people who are already good players and really want to perfect it. You're able to bring this piece of music in, slow it down, practice bars. If we look at beginner, we can see loads of pieces here. Level 3, level 1 to 6, Ode to Joy, level 1. We get a course, we get the scales, major scales, C major. And here's a great feature. Okay, we're going to learn C major. Okay, anyone who's played piano has done this a ton of times. But we can set our practice to be just the right hand. So we're going to learn the right hand. It's showing us the fingers we can use. So 1, 2, 3, cross over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll prepare. And we'll go, says to use finger 1 again. And then we go again. Cross over to the third. And that's our right hand. And we got 78%. Reason being, the target time is 6 seconds. So we get faster. Okay. Woo! 1.9 seconds. One more time. Oh, 97%. I hit 2 red notes. So it's not clean. It was fast, but it wasn't clean. This is what I like about this. Let's go again. 100%. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Like, I've played C scale a ton of times, but this has really encouraged me to go back and just get it precise, get it right, you know. So the fact you can split it up into right hand, left hand, both hands together, it makes practice interesting. And you've got a score, and you can increase the BPM, make it faster, make it slower till you get it right. It's a brilliant way of learning piano. And again, what I love about the library, you can find pieces that you want to learn. So let's look for a piece called Avalanche. This is a grade 3 or 4 piece. There it is. And again, here's our choices. We can play it whole, the right hand, hold the left hand, then bring it all together. Or we can do it chopped, just learn bars 1 to 12, bars 13 to 16, bars 1 to 16, or even better, minced 1 to 12 right hand, left hand. So anybody who's had to learn piano, the best advice you're always given is slow it down, separate the hands, get them perfect, then bring it together. This system does it really, really well. So if we look at Avalanche, we'll go back to whole. So this is right hand only. So if we go back and we do Avalanche, okay, and we'll do prepare. We want to see, can we get the notes first? So we go, and it shows us the chord, and it has the marking for staccato. Okay, and as you see, the bars go down. So we're going, okay, we're pretty happy with that. Let's see, can we play it?
Set. Go.
Nice and slow. So they're telling us we're kind of getting it. So we're happy now to kind of maybe bring up the tempo. We'll bring it up to 126. Let's assess it.
Set. Go.
And we basically work our way through that song. So that teaches you all the right notes. It teaches you the correct fingering. And then you can play it and interpret it the way you want to play it. You've done it with the metronome, you've got your score up, you've learned it, you're comfortable. So then you can bring yourself to it, you know. This is what I loved about it. I hadn't heard this piece before. I was just searching for pieces to play, and it took about a day playing it. And suddenly you find, oh, I've learned a new piece. And if you work your way through the system, you can find something to suit every level. This is brilliant. I mean, one of my favorite pieces, because you can save pieces. We'll get rid of this. Okay, and we just go to our favorites. Is Genopédie. I love this. I've always wanted to learn this, but either never had the time or the inclination. So I had a look at this and I thought, right, I could hit assess to have a listen.
Set, go.
So I've had a listen to how it goes. And if I want to prepare, just to make sure I have the notes and the fingering, first is a G, then a D, and then it's showing us third finger. So I can step through that bar by bar by bar. Take a look just at the right hand. Let's take a look at the right hand at full speed. Okay, so we're going to assess our right hand. Let's have a look at practice actually. Minced. Let's look at our right hand, the first 4 bars. Okay, this is, yeah, first 4 bars, 2 hands.
1. Set, go.
So we nail the first 4 bars and basically step, step, step all the way through. So again, really, really impressed with Piano Marble. I think it's a brilliant system. The fact that it'll work on an iPad, I'm comfortably set up here, so I set it up on my main computer. It'll take you through right from beginner. If you have kids who are looking who are doing Zoom lessons but aren't practicing, that thing of trying to improve, getting scores, getting reports, really good to encourage you to practice. And then for the self-taught intermediate players, you have everything there to improve your fingering, your technique, and also you'll find some great pieces to play. And I had a look, I was able to get a free 30-day trial. And currently it's reduced 40% for the year. I think it's at $100 or something, $110 for the year, which when you think about it is phenomenal when you're paying $25, $30 for a lesson for half an hour. $100 to have access for the year. Incredible. So if people are interested and they want me to do something deeper in this, just give me a shout, let me know underneath the comments or send me a message. But for my pick, this would be the one I'd be steering people towards because it will take you right from beginner right up. So I hope you enjoyed that and talk to you soon.